Space Race 2025 isn't about who gets there first, it's about who gets to define what we're looking at first, and China just made their move. The China National Space Administration officially released their statement on Atlas, calling it an interstellar comet with clear cometary features and standard behavior, natural object, nothing unusual. Case closed? Except there's a problem with that story, a big one. NASA just told Congress the exact opposite. They confirmed to Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna that Atlas has an abnormal tail and that Dr. Avi Loeb was correct in his analysis. So which is it? Normal comet or abnormal behavior? Standard features or unprecedented anomalies? Welcome to the information race, where whoever defines the narrative first wins. Let me show you what China conveniently left out of their official statement, and why this rush to label Atlas as just a comet raises serious questions. China's statement says Atlas shows clear cometary features, a nucleus and a coma. And you know what? That's technically true. There is a nucleus. There is a coma. You can see them in the images. But here's what they don't mention. That coma should be massive if Atlas's acceleration comes from natural outgassing. NASA's JPL calculated that Atlas must have lost at least 13% of its total mass, over 4 billion tons of material, to produce the measured non-gravitational acceleration. 4 billion tons should create an enormous, brilliant, unmistakable debris cloud, like Comet Lemon showed us on November 3rd. Clear tail, massive outflow, standard cometary behavior. Atlas, compact source, modest coma. Nowhere near the scale required to explain the acceleration. China says clear cometary features. Sure. But where's the massive cloud that physics demands? Convenient omission number one. Now let's talk about what else China's official statement didn't mention. The 10 statistical anomalies that give Atlas combined odds of 1 in 10 quadrillion of occurring naturally. Anomaly 1. Trajectory aligned with planetary disk, 0.2% probability, not mentioned. Anomaly 2. Sunward jet-defying physics, not mentioned. Anomaly 3. Million times more massive than Oumuamua while moving faster, not mentioned. Anomaly 4. Perfect timing for planetary approaches, not mentioned. Anomaly 5. Industrial metal ratios, nickel without iron in proportions matching manufactured alloys, not mentioned. Anomaly 6. Only 4% water when comets are 80–90% water, not mentioned. Anomaly 7. Unprecedented negative polarization, not mentioned. Anomaly 8. Arrived from WOW signal direction, not mentioned. Anomaly 9. Brightened faster and bluer than any known comet, not mentioned. Anomaly 10. Non-gravitational acceleration requiring massive mass loss that images don't show, not mentioned. China's statement says Atlas is scientifically fascinating but natural. Fascinating, that's the word they chose. You know what's fascinating? 1 in 10 quadrillion odds. That's not fascinating. That's functionally impossible. But China calls it an exotic but normal comet with unusual traits like very high carbon dioxide content and a possible anti-tail. Possible anti-tail? NASA confirmed to Congress it's abnormal. Avi Loeb documented it months ago. It's not possible. It's measured. It's real. It's unprecedented. But China frames it as possible and unusual, rather than what it actually is. Anomalous and unexplained by conventional comet physics. This is narrative control. This is getting ahead of the story. This is defining Atlas as normal before NASA releases images showing it's abnormal. And here's why the timing matters. NASA has the best images, 3 times better resolution than what China captured, taken on October 3rd by HiRISE, the same day as China's observation. But NASA hasn't released them. Congresswoman Luna confirmed they're coming as soon as the government reopens. But for over a month, They've been sitting on images that NASA internally confirmed show abnormal tail behavior. China doesn't have those constraints. No government shutdown, no congressional pressure needed. They processed their inferior resolution images and released them, with a convenient normal comet label attached. Now, when NASA finally releases the high-rise images, when we see 3 times better resolution showing the abnormal tail NASA confirmed to Congress, the narrative is already set. China said comet. Public headline reads comet. NASA's anomaly findings become contradicting established reports. This is how information warfare works. Whoever publishes first, even with incomplete analysis, even omitting key anomalies, shapes the conversation. China's statement addressed exactly 0 of the 10 documented anomalies. They showed images of a nucleus and coma, which nobody disputes exists, and declared mission accomplished. Normal interstellar comet, move along. Meanwhile, NASA told a member of Congress that Loeb was correct about abnormal behavior, but won't show us the proof, so we have 2 space superpowers, one rushing to call it normal while omitting anomalies, one confirming it's abnormal but withholding images. And the global scientific community is stuck in the middle, watching this geopolitical theater play out in real time. China says, standard comet with clear features. NASA says to Congress, abnormal tail. Loeb was right. These cannot both be true. Either Atlas exhibits standard cometary behavior, or it exhibits abnormal behavior that defies conventional physics. The data says abnormal. 10 anomalies. 1 in 10 quadrillion odds. Non-gravitational acceleration without the massive debris cloud to explain it. Industrial metal ratios. Wow signal direction. Blue color. Perfect planetary timing. But China looked at their 38.7 centimeter resolution images and said, yep, normal comet. Nothing to see here. Either they didn't look at the full data set, or they chose to ignore it, or they're rushing to control the narrative before NASA releases contradicting evidence. This is the space race of 2025, not rockets, not flags on distant worlds, but information, narrative, definition. Whoever declares what Atlas is first gets to shape how the public understands it. China just declared it normal. NASA confirmed to Congress it's abnormal. And we're all waiting to see whose images tell the real story. The race to define Atlas is on. And right now, China's taking the lead by publishing first and omitting conveniently. But the high-rise images are coming. The abnormal tail NASA confirmed to Congress will be visible at 3 times better resolution. And then we'll see if China's clear cometary features story holds up or collapses under higher resolution scrutiny. Normal or abnormal, standard or unprecedented, natural or something else. 2 space powers, 2 different stories, 1 object. The race to define Atlas has begun, and we're watching who crosses the finish line first. Stay tuned. Because when NASA's images drop, this narrative war is about to get very interesting.